Hello folks, this is PC30, this is Mike. Hello folks, this is Mike, PC31, the Vinyl Policeman, and today I'm going to do a contest entry, and it's for the wonderful JT. JT over in Reno, in Nevada. And JT, such an absolutely fantastic fellow. He's reached 3,000 subs now, which is just truly remarkable, absolutely fantastic. But when I first started in the VC 2.5 years ago now, JT was probably the first person actually who really kind of showed me lots and lots of encouragement. He was absolutely fantastic. We spoke on the phone, and he's been so supportive from then and ever since. Absolutely fantastic guy. And obviously JT with his wife Jum, and also Sean, his son's got his own channel now, travel channel, so which I often look at. So this is a contest entry for JT to celebrate those 3,000. And what JT wants is three things basically. He wants to shout out to another channel, so 3 albums with food relation, whether it's a picture on the cover, a song with food, whatever. And the third one is to kind of give a shout out to an album which is maybe under the wire, which you want to bring more attention to. So okay, so the first one then, so I want to do a shout out to Randy Nelson, so at Randy for Royals, and I'll do the link below. Randy's currently on 556 subs, and Randy should be over 1,000. Shows so many great records. He loves Joe Strummer's Street Core, so that's a huge tick for me. But he's doing a great series at the moment, going through the years, and I think he's currently up to 61, I think it is, where he talks about his favourite songs, albums, movies, TV shows of that particular year, and it's really interesting. I've learned so much from him, actually. Very, very good. So yeah, Randy Nelson. I mean, with a name like Randy Nelson, Randy should be a big star anyway, shouldn't he? Should be singing, fantastic. But yeah, go and sub Randy. Absolutely terrific guy, great taste, great delivery with his videos, brilliant. So, second thing is to show the 3 albums, and I'm going to go cake, beans, cake. So I'm going to start off 1969, the Stones' 8th album, Let It Bleed. Possibly my favourite Stones album. It's certainly got my favourite Stones track ever, Gimme Shelter, opening track. I think it's just classic Stones, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. But this cover is interesting in itself because Delia Smith, who in the UK is a cooking goddess, she's been around for a long time, made hundreds of cookery books and lots of TV programmes. She also co-owns a football club, Norwich. But anyway, when this was actually made, she was commissioned to make the cake, the top layer, and she was little known at the time, so she did that. So huge claim for fame to have done such the cookery for such an iconic album cover like this. This is my favourite Stones producer, Jimmy Miller. This was his second of the 5 golden albums, as I would call them. All 5 are fantastic, but this was the second one. This was at a time when Brian Jones had been fired during the making of this, and they recruited Mick Taylor, and unfortunately Brian Jones then died about a month later. But so Keith did virtually all of the guitar work, the rhythm work, and also the solos on this particular album. Mick Taylor did a few, and I think Brian Jones did a few bits and pieces, but it's 95% Keith Richards. I've got several copies of this because I love the album so much, but I think this is about a second press, maybe, on Decca. But on Decca in the UK, reached #1 in the UK, originally called Automatic Changer, because of the record, etc. But yeah, so Cake, made by the wonderful Delia Smith. So my second one is Beans. Beans, do we know what that is? It's of course the Who Sellout, and I think this is possibly my second favourite Who album after Who's Next, but I think this is a great album. And this was when 67, the Who's third album. Kit Lambert produced, but one of the really early concept album actually, where it was all based on pirate radio. We read all these commercials in between the songs, and I think it really works well actually. But I absolutely love this album, and the photo there of Roger Daltrey and the Beans. I think he got pneumonia or flu soon after this, because he was sitting in the bar salon, and I think the Beans were freezing cold. So yeah, so the second thing is Beans, and this has of course got the wonderful I Can See for Miles on it, which is one of my favourite Who tracks, and I think it's also one of Pete Townshend's favourite Who tracks as well. So we've gone cake, beans, and let's end up with another cake, and this is from last year, no, from this year actually. Yeah, 2024. This is the 7th album from Kula Shaker. Yeah, of course, it's earlier on this year. And I saw them at a signing in a local record store. So I met the guys, and they are truly nice blokes. They really are. Each one of them, very, very friendly band. Really, really good to Mike there. So they signed it to me. But Kula Shaker, so for those who don't know much about them, as I say, this came out this year, 7th album. They're very much kind of very, very psych, huge Indian connection where Crispin Mills is practices Hinduism, so you've always got references to Hinduism, but great psych album. All their albums are actually very, very strong. So yeah, Kula Shaker. Natural Magic from this year. Oh, sorry, lost the plot completely. The cake is there, by the way. It's a cartoon one, but it's a cake there, birthday cake with candles on. So there we go. Okay, so the third and final part for JT's contest is to show an album which is kind of under the wire a little bit, and you want to give it a bit more attention. Well, there's a particular band who have only made 2 albums, and they're from Dundalk in Ireland, and they're called Just Mustard. Steve Carlson actually kind of introduced this band to me 18 months ago, something like that, and God, he was right. They're absolutely fantastic. They started off in 2018 with this album called Wednesday, and this is pure shoegaze, and yeah, it's fine. It's okay, it's a shoegaze album. But their follow-up, which is called Heart Under, which came out in 2022, May 2022 on Partisan Records, this one is absolutely fantastic. This is often on my... When this came out in May 22, got it fairly soon afterwards, and this has been a real constant on the turntable. It's no longer shoegaze. They've moved from shoegaze into... Some journalists have called it noise rock, industrial, post-punk. It's all those things. It's definitely not shoegaze anymore. One of the wonderful things about this is the lead singer, Katie Ball. She's got an absolutely beautiful voice, and the way she sings is so haunting. Not with too many kind of lyrics as such, but it's just the sound of her voice is like an instrument, and it is stunning, absolutely stunning. As I say, quite industrial, noise rock. Yeah, it's probably quite a good description actually. This is a dark album, but the sound of it is something to behold. It's absolutely superb, and I've got a blue vinyl copy there. Highly recommend this one. And say, Steve Carlson turned me on to this one, but thank goodness he did, because it's absolutely superb. Their second album, and it came out May 2022. So that's my interest into JT's contest. Have a go, folks. I mean, there's lots of things with food on the front. I started off struggling a little bit, but then they all started to flow, and I found quite a few in my collection which had foodie related things on the front. But I thought I'd go cake, beans, cake. So that's my entry, JT. Go and sub JT. Thank you.